So it is 10:46 right now at the time of this recording, and I know that Citadel Del More is coming out, but the thing is, by the time it comes out, I'm going to be literally dead asleep and waking up and going to work. So I don't exactly have time to play it, so instead we're going to focus on the Siren today, and possibly also the knife, which I should probably switch this to Ether Shroud so I don't just get murdered when trying to do this. But Treyarch has honestly been cooking with these updates, and I mean, I'm excited to, at least when I'm at work, to watch the steps and everything, like Noah J and Chop and all them play the map and learn the steps and all that, because that's my job. I'm gonna be learning the steps and literally just try to do everything so then I can have an Easter egg run up for you guys on Saturday. At least that's the plan. Me and the homies will be attempting to also, you know, do the Easter egg, which should be fun, and hopefully it all works out. Hopefully it ain't, I mean, I say hopefully it ain't too hard, but of course, you know, I want that difficulty a little bit. I want to earn the good old calling card and whatever it is. I seen that there was like a Weaver skin that you get as well, which is pretty cool. But I'm excited. There's so many updates happening in the near future, as well as obviously today. So, I mean, I honestly just can't wait for it all. See, the thing is, like, all of the Christmas stuff that's coming out for this is crazy, because Modern Warfare Zombies, we had a Christmas thing, and all it was literally they put snowballs on the map. That was it. It was crazy. People were pissed, including myself, because I was actually playing Modern Warfare Zombies a lot, because Treyarch obviously made it, so, or at least helped to make it, so then I wanted to take part and actually be involved in it, because I heard it was canon to the story, so I played it all the way through. And everyone knows about the tombstone glitch, and that is what I was doing throughout that year, just to make sure I was able to do all the story missions, which, you know, you can look at it in a grimy way of you were cheating and all that, but in reality, literally everyone was doing it. I mean, even Noah J and all them were doing it. Certain things, the upgrading the ray gun and all that, is because that's kind of what you didn't need to, but it was to make the game more fun, because if you didn't, then you would have to literally wait like 4 days to get a ray gun. Like, it's crazy. Literally made no sense. I understood the potential and like idea they had, but I just didn't think it was necessarily executed very well. But a little random update. I mean, you guys will probably see this on your screen now, but I got bored one day, and after work I was like, you know what? Let me just buy these random 4 bottles that look kind of similar. Couldn't really find a decent double tap color, but I dealt with what I got. But I wanted to make the 4 OG perks. Now, the stylistic means of which I wanted it to look like was I wanted it to look more of old, because obviously we're in the Juggernaut and, you know, the perk cans at this point. It's not perk bottles anymore, so we're in the cans. So my thing was, alright, if I'm going to bring the bottles and make my own Perk-a-Cola bottles, why not make them look as rough as possible, as they've been sitting in the dark ether for quite literally, like, well, I mean, since what, BO4? Yeah, BO4. Well, no, BO3. Yeah, I just not realized BO4 had that dumbass elixirs and all the other bullshit. So yeah, BO3 was the last one with perk bottles. That's crazy, but yeah, that was the idea behind it. Now you're probably gonna be like, why is Jug, you know, the logo at least bigger than the others? So I had them all perfect, but then I wanted to age them a little bit, and when I decided to, I had an idea in my head of, you know, let me put some blood splatter on one of them. So I decided to try it with the Juggernaut can. Did not work the way I intended, and literally ruined it. So I had to reprint it out later, because it was like the next day when I decided to do it. But I had to end up doing that, and could not get the size perfect. I mean, I could have probably spent a little bit more time, but trial and error is ink being wasted, and I was not trying to waste more ink, so I just said freak it and let's just, you know, make these. And the Juggernaut can, I'm pleased with. However, let me know in the comment section below if you guys know, is there a can that doesn't have the curved top on it? Like, obviously, you know, like Dr. Pepper, Sprite, all those cans are kind of very similar in look, but what's the closest soda, or really anything, that has a flat top on it? Because that's all I need, and then I can literally make all the Jug cans as well, or Perk-a-Cola cans. That's at least my plan, at least for the OG perks, even though double tap ain't in there, but we'll figure that out. I might just you know, make my own double tap, even though it doesn't exist. It is bound to exist in this game eventually. There ain't no way they keep it away, because I mean, double tap is just iconic. I also heard they're updating this to where now it'll refill all your armor and all your reserves as well. So that's a W update, because that was one thing I always kind of got annoyed is if I like say I just got done using all of my armor to then get to all of a sudden have that power up and get full armor again. It was kind of annoying because it was just a waste of 3 plates. Well, now they're fixing that, which is really cool. I'm glad they're doing that. But I'm just really excited. One, I'm happy with how the perk bottles turned out, honestly. I had an idea in my head and was like, you know what, let's just try this. And if you guys want to know like the bottles that I used, it was Jones Soda, I think it was, and we just kind of went along with that and tried to find as many of the closest to the perks that we could get. Obviously blue for quick revive. Like I said, the double tap isn't exactly the color that I'd want, but they didn't really have one that was necessarily as close as that one was. And also, I didn't really want stamina up. I wanted the 4 OG perks, so I kind of just wanted to do that instead. So, I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, even looking back behind me, they're just sitting there, and I mean, they look kind of neat. Put some lights on them maybe, and then I might really enjoy it. I mean, I'm pleased with how they look anyways, but I'll probably be more pleased when I make all the perks, maybe, possibly. But maybe we'll end up buying like a ray gun replica or something and just add on to the zombies flare. But let me know down in the comment section below if you got like perk bottles and all that. If so, you know, you got a link, go ahead and send me it. I'll go check them out. It was just a spur of the moment thing for whatever reason that I decided to do. And then it took a day of thinking and then buying the stuff, because I seen people charging like $18 a bottle. And don't get me wrong, like if I wanted to pay it, I could have, but like $18 a bottle? In my head, I was like, I could probably make this for way less. And I mean, theoretically I did. I already had like the printer and stuff and everything ready at home, so can't really factor that in necessarily in my head of what kind of price that would be. But all in all, I think it cost around $10 for all of the perks, because I did have to buy like new paint and stuff that I didn't have, and like Mod Podge and all that, or Mod Podge, whatever it's called. I'm not an artist, don't really know what these things are called, but I'm pleased with the result. And for, you know, the not what it would have been probably like $60 for all the perks, I'll be pleased with it, with what it came out, because I mean, shit, it looked good to me. And at the end of the day, if it looks good to you, it's really all that matters, unless you're going into a competition where it's forced to look professional, and then alright, maybe then mine aren't as good as it could be, but I'm pleased with what it is. I think the only flaw in all of them is just the jug logo is a tad bit bigger than the rest of them, as well as the jug can. Wish the top was the same, and then we would have been perfect, but it's fine. We should be close to Afterlife on this weapon. It's going to be a short and sweet video, because I do plan on, when I get home tomorrow, playing some Citadel just to get my first run through of the map out, and maybe try a solo Easter egg of just learning the steps and getting them down. Because for the previous maps, I was just literally kind of writing them down in a notepad of all the steps, and then when we were to do the Easter egg, it was literally my first time running it. So this time I think I want to get some hands-on experience beforehand and then write the steps down. But I'm just really excited. I mean, zombies it's been the most supported it's been since BO3, in my opinion. Like, they supported in BO4, but you could tell like it was dropping off, and the budget cuts and all this and that, and just the lack of cutscenes, the lack of a Great War map, which was very annoying, and then Cold War was good, but I felt like it was still missing something. I thought it was missing, you know, some support, kind of, in my opinion. Then obviously we had Vanguard, which, I mean, we ain't even gonna talk about Vanguard zombies. Vanguard as a whole, I didn't mind as a game itself, and I liked ranked, but in terms of, like, for zombies, that shit was trash. Now, I will say Modern Warfare Zombies was a sleeper for me, because, however, I didn't like, you know, some of the mechanics they were doing with like having to wait for a while to get new stuff. I did enjoy the story as well as the gameplay. I actually didn't mind it as much, surprisingly. Thought it was actually pretty good. I wanted to do the Siren because I did the GPR. I actually did a decent amount yesterday after the video came out. But I wanted to do this one, this gun specifically, because it's in my Warzone class, which is crazy that I'm even playing Warzone. I never thought I'd be that guy because I wasn't that guy. And I mean, I still don't necessarily think I am. It's just the fact of it was something to play while our friend wasn't on, so we decided to pivot and play something else, and then just became, we were just winning. And then we just kind of went with the flow and was like, well, if we keep winning, it's being fun, because everything's fun when you win and it goes well. So everything was going well. We're like, well, this is kind of crazy. Are we Warzoners now? And that zombie that I was not paying attention to the minimap, them spawning behind me, is very unfortunate. Probably go pack a punch this real quick after we kill at least this zombie. Okay, we'll save that one. Pack a punch it, kill the mangler right off the bat so he doesn't ruin everything, and then I should be able to get Afterlife in this round for sure. Alright, this gotta be Afterlife eventually. Like, we're killing a whole bunch of zombies. Give me Afterlife. You know you want to. It's gotta be Afterlife, right? In a way, I felt like I did so much of them already. Wait, okay, there's the level up. Hey, there we go. Ooh, 7,500 per? That's why I'm leveling up so much. But let's go ahead and check out this weapon. It looks good in that thumbnail, I ain't gonna lie. This has to be the lowest I have ever exfilled at. I've never exfilled. I didn't even know exfills started this early. Just honestly wanted to give my thoughts on just all the updates that Treyarch is doing and going to do in the future, which, I mean, I've seen some of the events get leaked or at least talked about, which they all seem pretty cool, honestly. Then also wanted to talk about the Perk-a-Cola bottles that I made, which, like I said, I'm pleased with them. I don't think they look too bad. My OCD might kick in about the Juggernog logo, but if I can look past that, I mean, I'm pleased. And I just now realized this gun out of all of them is probably the least flashiest one I've shown off, but it's also the most clean. Like, that texture on it looks really cool. I forgot it's like a damn iPad. Yeah, I like that. I mean, the camo, just Afterlife is definitely my best camo, or my favorite camo in the game. Haven't looked at Nebula too much. Like, obviously when I seen it for the completionist thing, I wanted it, but haven't actually looked on it on too many weapons, so cannot wait to get it and then be done with this kind of, and then also Nebula every single weapon that comes after this, but then also just to have it and be able to run around in Warzone or multiplayer or ranked, whatever it may be. But yes, that is the Siren Afterlife.